In this video, I'm going to show you how to report a safety hazard into the system. So we go to Home screen, hover over Start New, Issues, and we click Report Safety Hazard. This screen will appear, and this is where we'll report our safety hazard. So the number will be assigned automatically. That's today's date. I'm not going to change that. Activity or area, let's choose Work Site. And I'll be working as Liz Cole because I'm logged into her system. Okay, I've just filled in these areas. The safety hazard I've decided on was heavy objects to be lifted and occurred at the work site. Immediate corrective action taken was to ask another employee to help. Now, to prevent recurrence of this, we need to have enough staff available so we can lift the objects, and all staff need to be trained in manual handling. So that's the ongoing corrective action. Now, I could attach a photograph here if I felt it was warranted. I don't think it is in this case. And do we need any documents? I don't believe so. So I'm going to click Submit. And the next task is for this to be evaluated by the IMS manager. Now, I'm going to assign this to Liz so we can see how that works. So I've assigned it to Liz. I click Route. Now, if we go back to the home screen, we can see what happens then. If we look at the dashboard of Liz, here we go, Safety Hazard and Safety Risk Register. There's an open report, and let's click on that. This is the screen that the IMS manager sees. So she can read this and then choose to evaluate it. So she clicks on that tab, the evaluation tab, and from here, if she clicks Edit, she can evaluate the hazard. Was the immediate corrective action appropriate? Yes. Should other corrective actions be taken to prevent recurrence? Look, I'm going to say no because I know that we're already performing the training in manual handling. If I clicked yes, we would actually go and create an issue, which we all know how that works. Should the hazard be added to the safety risk register? Well, let's say yes. And that means we need to fill in the following screen. What sort of category is the safety hazard? It's definitely a physical one. Cause heavy objects too big to lift alone. Now, let's fill in for the safety register the risk register. For guidance on this, we can click these buttons and it will show us how to perform a safety risk assessment. But let's assume we know that. So what we need to do is select a likelihood of this occurring. It's definitely possible. And how severe is it going to be? Well, fairly moderate. So the risk, you notice the risk indicator changed from green to orange there. To show that there's a risk that we need to control. What is the control? Multiple staff to lift objects, training in manual handling. Now, we need to decide what the controlled risk is after we have implemented those controls. Again, we can use guidance over here to help. What's the likelihood of there being a problem if we've implemented those controls? I'd say it's unlikely. In fact, I'd say it's going to be rare, and the severity, pretty much say it's insignificant. So this is an adequate control. You can see the risk button stayed green. Do we want to link this to legislation? We could. That would be the WHS legislation. I'm not going to do that in this case. I'm just going to submit that. The next task is actually to close this. And we're going to route that. Once we've done that, The grey close tick comes up, which shows we finished. I'm just going to close that screen. Now, when we go to have a look at where that's been recorded, obviously it's down in Applications, which is our records keeping area, and Safety Hazards, Safety Risk Register. Now, you can see in Reported Hazards, there it is, that's that register. Let's have a look in Safety Risk Register. Should be recorded in there as well, and there it is. And that's how we record a safety hazard.